Welcome back to 1d8+1 Leaner Orbs, and welcome back to Warric Bran Dell. That has been a while. Alright, in here, this is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Press start, and in that type of thing, that is a new game. Let's see here. I can't believe I never did this before. I never did a walkthrough and a character creation for Knights of the Old Republic for Warric. He's a soldier class. That's a male soldier, and that's a battle-ready fighter with no equal in combat. And usually you build a balanced character type thing here. And we're going to go into a custom character. Select this option to customize every aspect of your character. You would choose attribute, skill, and feat allocation, as well as appearance and name. So we're going to do that. We're going to start with doing a portrait, and that's available faces type thing, and that's Warric. And his attributes. Here in this type of thing, the attribute of your character apply bonuses or penalties to everything from combat to skill checks to force powers. Check each attribute to see what aspects of gameplay it can affect. Now, strength measures physical power, dexterity measures agility and reflexes, constitution represents health and resiliency. Fighters are usually known more for strength or balance in between it type thing. I'm going to go for a constitution because it creates a unbalanced character with a weighted average towards its constitution. Strength, dexterity, and constitution, that's 3 abilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now from that type thing in that type of sense, that's strength type thing in that type of sense, that's intelligence, represents knowledge and reasoning, and wisdom represents willpower and perception, and charisma represents personality and ability to lead. But now, if you look at that period type thing in that type of sense, now we're going to go to the second sentence. A high wisdom adds modifiers. Wisdom represents willpower and perception. A high wisdom adds modifiers to Jedi force points and force power saving throws. The force powers of a Jedi with high wisdom are also much harder to resist, which it doesn't say, which it does. And charisma does the same thing. Charisma represents personality and ability to lead. A high charisma adds modifiers to force-related feats and powers that are very important to all the Jedi classes. It's also central to any persuasive talker. Now, in Constitution, you've got 30 points, I think, so you want to make sure that you get the highest modifier possible with your score. Those are points, and this is attribute or ability. This is the 8 and the 30 are the same thing. 30 points, 8 constitution type thing. Those are the same things type thing. That's your point, that's your score type thing. Now, in there type thing, over there, 3-point cost type thing, above description, and +4 modifier. So now I've got 14 points remaining type thing here, and that's 14 here to 18 points to 4 points modifier type thing in that type of sense. 14, 18, 4, that was 30 to 8 to -1 type thing. So let's go back. That's 30 to 8 to -1. So I just thought I'd demonstrate that type thing in that type of sense. And attribute scores cannot be raised above 18 during character generation. That's 18. They should have an ability increase at 4th level and an 8th level type thing to keep track of for some of your different modifiers. Now for wisdom and intelligence, I'm going to go ahead and leave that at 10. And dexterity, let's see here, I think I'm going to make that 11. That's 10. That's 11. That's 12. And that's 12 on here. I kind of like having a strength more to the type of sense than dexterity. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to make it 14 strength. There is a implant through your feet type thing in here. Sentinel gets them for free, but it doesn't back them up with faster feet Gantt chart type thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take an implant, and still a lot of the other stuff is still in there type thing, but they also cancel out of it type thing in a type of sense. And so they start with Flurry, but I don't think they get Master Flurry for free type thing. So there are 2 Master and Improved Flurry behind. They might get Improved, so they're Master Flurry behind. And then they don't do Critical for free. They don't do Improved Critical or Master Critical for free. Or Weapon, Lightsaber, Focus, and Specialization for free as well, type thing in that type of sense. And that's quite a few feats, type thing in that type of sense. Had they stayed Soldier and Guardian, type thing in that type of sense, at least they would have got the Flurry and Improved Critical out, type thing, before they got there, or during that, type thing that means. At least in a better position to gain up on those 5 feats. It's about the same, and it really isn't. It feels the same, but that's why I'm trying to do that, type thing in that type of sense. So now, that's Constitution. A high Constitution adds modifiers to the Vitality points gained at each level up. This is important for everyone, but essential for soldiers and Jedi Guardians type thing. And that's Strength. Measures physical power. A high Strength adds modifiers to make damage, a melee damage, and chance to hit, which is important for characters that use close combat weapons, like vibro blades and lightsabers. Okay. Now, that's skills. I won't have many skills. That's my Fortitude 6 with a D20, so 26 Fortitude save. But it'll feel like 6 difficulty class for quite a while. In that skills, each of your character skills has a number associated with it. This is a skill rank and determines how good the character is with that skill. When using a skill to perform an action, the rank is compared against a difficulty check, DC number. For example, to open a lock with a DC of 15, take your skill rank and security plus wisdom modifier plus d20 roll. If the total is 15 or greater, the lock is open. Okay, now I'm going to do demolitions without type thing. I think every time I do demolitions as a bonus without an intelligence bonus of a soldier, I end up with 9 ranks and thus a 9 demolitions. So I can't really recover a mine on that on TARS. Demolitions can be used to set, recover, or disarm mines. Such devices are either of low DC 15 to set, medium DC 20 to set, or high difficulty DC 25 to set. There's a period type thing, and then attempting. Attempting to disarm the mine adds 5 to the DC. Attempting to recover the mine adds plus 10 to the DC. This skill cannot be used untrained. So now, it's hard for me to pay into other things. Treat injury is always going to be a class skill for me in Soldier, and so is demolitions. And you need awareness, governs the ability of a character to spot objects or enemies hidden by stealth. If a successful check of this skill is made against the stealth skill of an enemy or the DC of the mine, the enemy, and then that's the demolitions mine right there type thing, and that's demolitions, which is also a mine. So demolitions can be used to set, recover, or disarm mines, that type of thing, and that is your awareness governs the ability to find those objects of mines, but so that's something to keep in mind, to be pointed out, type thing that it means. So from that type thing, that type of sense, that's I'm going to go ahead and pay for computer use, and I'm going to go ahead and pay for repair instead of cross class. Let's see, probably repair, because it's in the opening Endire Spire thing before I hit Tataros, I think in that type of sense. There's security on the door, but Trask is there, and I'm going to let him do it, in that type of sense. And then I'll get back to demolitions when I level. I might do security later on, but I doubt it. And I didn't do persuade, even though it's one of the most important aspects of the game. Not for dominate type thing, but this character really to do the things that I want to do would have to go to intelligence and not have the constitution to put into soldier type thing in that type of sense. They could go balance and go 14 and 2 type thing, but it's not exactly what it seems like it is. Now feats. Some feats allow you to use special items like heavy armor and implants. Other feats modify saving throws and skill checks during the game. And some feats, power attack, are used during combat. Check the description for details on a specific feat. Okay, armor proficiency heavy, armor proficiency light, armor proficiency medium. You've been granted the following feats at this level, and power attack. and Power Blast, and Weapon Proficiency Blaster Pistol, and Weapon Proficiency Blaster Rifle, and Weapon Proficiency Heavy Weapons, and Weapon Proficiency Melee Weapons, and that means now we get 1 feat at the beginning to thing to choose from. Alright, eventually I'm going to send this character to 2-weapon fighting. That's Toughness, and Improved Toughness, and Master Toughness. And let's see here. That is Implant 1, Implant 2, Implant 3. So that's 6. And then that's Flurry. That's Flurry, Improved Flurry, and Master Flurry. That's 9. And then Critical Strike, Improved Critical Strike, and Master Critical Strike. That's 12. And in that type of thing, that is the armors you already do. And in that type of thing, that's 2-weapon fighting, Improved 2-weapon fighting, and Master 2-weapon fighting. That's 15 feet. So in this type of thing, you have to be extremely careful of your character build type thing, that type of sense. I want the Implant 1 type thing. I think I'm going to give up the Implant 1 for the critical in this one type thing, that type of sense. That'll give me 12 feats. I think I can do 12 or 11 feats in this character build. So since I'm doing dual weapon fighting type thing, characters that focus on using single one-handed weapon attacks in battle gain +1. If you switch to two weapons, 2 one-handed weapons, like 2 scimitars, 1 in each hand type thing, that type of sense in battle, you still will not gain a +1 to attack and +1 to defense type thing. So taking these feats will be neutralized type thing, from dueling to improved dueling to master dueling type thing. So that will waste 3 feats. But I kind of want my weapon master to have, I might still do it type thing, that type of sense. I'll probably still do it. The improved critical is nice. It would be nice to flurry 2-weapon fighting type thing, that type of sense, with improved critical or master critical. But that implant adds another 4 in that type of sense here. Right there. That cardio power system and cardio reaction, that's another +4 in the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And that's the strategy guide, which it isn't type thing in that type of sense. Which it is. Primus official strategy guide, Star Wars Knights Old Republic, and that's Bastila Shan on there type thing in that type of sense. And that's our character, like the fighter, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna look at the attack and damage of it as soon as I get done with this character. Okay, but first we have to finish character creation. Okay, now okay, now, that's toughness. Feat gives the character 1 extra vitality point every time they level up. This bonus is retroactive for levels previously gained. The character is very resilient. The feat subtracts 2 points from any damage suffered. I believe this works also with Bredric's Belt. The character retains the +1 vitality point per level granted by toughness, and the character is further fortified against damage. Character gains an additional +1 vitality point at each level up, retroactive for levels previously gained. This is in addition to the +1 vitality point per level granted by toughness, and the 2-point physical damage resistance granted by improved toughness. Okay? And name. Now, Jamar Carr. Yeah. And Warric Bran and space. Oops. And Warric Bran Dell. Okay. And then Strength 14, Dexterity 10, Constitution 18, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 10, Charisma 10, Fortitude 6, Reflex 0, Will 0, but I think those are your bonuses that you add to a d20. And then you have 14 hit points with 10 armor class. You'll get your toughness here in a second. Oh, in there type thing, that type of sense, this is a button type thing to switch yourself, and this is the toggle button for your menu in that means. Okay, I'm gonna let the intro go type thing in that type of sense, and then I will cut that out type thing and do more demonstration through it type thing in that type of sense. I'll probably wait to do a little bit demonstration because I'm not on an Xbox here. Oh, right. And in that type thing in that type of sense, I'm going to 4,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Republic verges on collapse. Darth Malak, last surviving apprentice of the Dark Lord Revan, has unleashed an invincible Sith armada upon an unsuspecting galaxy. Crushing all resistance, Malak's war of conquest has left the Jedi Order scattered and vulnerable as countless knights fall in battle and many more swear allegiance to the new Sith Master. In the skies above the Outer Rim world of Taris, a Jedi battle fleet engages the forces of Darth Malak in a desperate effort to halt the Sith's galactic domination. Thank you for listening, and this has been the BBC. Alright, it's just some weird tradition they shared across the pond of Atlantic Ocean with this type thing, and I used to do one that was like more daily show type thing. Can't think of that guy's name right now. He's also on Community type thing. Oh, I'm not sure. It's not Jon Stewart. It's the guy that filled in for him type thing. John Oliver. Really, Ringer, what is going on? Now, if you put this on here, type thing, that type of sense.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endire Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
I don't know if you can hear that type thing, that type of sense. And I missed Trask's intro type thing. Did not mean to do that. But, oops. Trying to get that right type thing. We're pulverized with this type thing. If you have your remote on vibrating mode, you should be feeling it through the Endire Spire being hit type thing. Of course, now it's not doing anything. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now, let's give that up here.
I'm Trask Olgo, ensign with the Republic Fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endire Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endire Spire. Well, not an officer really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I've heard all about your reputation. Elite combat training, tops in your class. It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission. Word is the officers haven't seen a recruit with your kind of potential in 20 years. But all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts. We're soldiers. We're trained for combat. Bastila is going to need men and women like us at her side during this attack. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here. Use the right thumbstick to control the camera, and the left thumbstick to move towards your footlocker. Press the A button to open your locker once it is targeted. Or you can pull the left and right triggers to cycle between targets until the footlocker is highlighted. Then press the A button to open it.
left and right triggers cycle through other targets while in combat. Only hostiles will be targetable. Let's see here. Good. Good.
Use the right thumbstick to control the camera and the left thumbstick to move towards your footlocker. Press the A button to open your locker once it is targeted. Or you can pull the left and right triggers to cycle between targets until the footlocker is highlighted. Then press the A button to open it.
Okay. And there you go. Alright, Adrenal Stamina, Blaster Rifle, Short Sword. These are not the same for each character. I think the Sentinel has different ones. That's the clothing and 2 Medpacs. I will probably put their class ones up eventually. And experience points received 50. And now, let's see here.
Come on, we have to hurry. The Sith might already be boarding the ship to try and capture Bastila. Put your equipment on so we can get out of here. Use the equip screen to equip the armor and weapons from your inventory. You can access this by pressing the start button on your controller. Use the directional pad to cycle through your inventory slots. The menu on the right displays items you can equip in each slot. Press the A button to select an inventory slot. Then scroll through the available items and press the A button to equip one.
Okay. And let's go there. And okay. And I don't have a dexterity bonus, so I shouldn't take a ranged weapon. So let's go here. And I think I do have Power Blast. I'll go ahead and start with the rifle first. And there's my 15 hit points, I think. And that's cycling through. Just got the med pack. And there we go. Oops. That, probably didn't see that. Okay. There we go. There's your diary. Okay. And then that's your feedback. If you press that button, the X button type thing, shows that. And shows that. And then Trask. How do I equip my items? And obviously 50 and the blaster rifle, and use the equip screen to equip, and you'll get the hang of it. Alright.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own. Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door. You always control the leader of the party. You can switch who is the party leader by pressing the black button. Press the black button now to switch me to the party leader. Then use me to open the door. Simply target the door, then press the A button to open it.
Okay, so now that one's the cycle one. Cycle and cycle, the blue circle thing in that type of sense. Now you're gonna press, that was cycle, cycle. Now you're gonna go up from that to the center along this black rim thing, and that's here, right there. That's him in charge type thing, just like doing Bastila and Taurus and getting access to her stuff. And then, okay, now you got Trask, and he can open the door.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
And you gain 100 points, I think. Alright, let's go here, Car.
This is Car from Nazi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endire Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endire Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated. You can access your journal, map, and other important menus by pressing the Start button. You can then pull the left trigger to scroll through the menus listed on the tabs at the top of the screen.
There's Received a message from Carthonassi, highly respected Republic soldier. He's ordered all hands to the bridge to protect Bastille Day, the freedom thing in that type of sense. Yo, might. Okay, and let's see here. And just like Trigon type thing, and okay, and then
That door is locked. I don't have the codes to open it. But switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door. Target the door using the thumbsticks or the triggers. When the targeting circle is focused on the door, you'll see that the icons in the action menu at the bottom left of the screen have changed. Use the directional pad to cycle through the action until security is highlighted. Then press the A button. Remember, the security icon only appears if you're controlling a character with the security skill.
alright, I don't have the security skill. So let's go here. Now we're going to turn this to the side here. And we're going to use that button. See, like that one type thing, the one that makes the triangle type thing. And then this one type thing, the eyebrow one type thing. You're going to use the eyebrow one. Right there. Oops, this one. There we go. Now he's in charge again. As soon as he sees the door, he'll see the security option. We can go in and then we can see his stats. Computer use, demolition, stealth, awareness 4, persuade, repair, security 5, and treat injury 4. And you can X over for feats and see that. Okay. And then you can go over here, and then he's got 36 hit points, things of that nature. And that's a balanced character type thing. And we did not take that option. He's got a blaster rifle type thing, 36 hit points, and armor class 13. So here we go, and we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna watch his security type thing there.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party. For the Republic!
For the Republic! Okay, that's our targeting. And they're telling you don't have to move around for it type thing here. So, whenever you spot an enemy, press A once to enter combat mode. This will lock the camera on your selected target and cause your character to attack each round. Your chance of hitting the target are controlled by your statistics and behind the scenes combat rolls. Combat is not affected, which is in that message feedback center. Affected by your aim, your character's movement, or the movement of your target. But to me, it feels like it is. And so we're gonna power blast here, and A activates a highlighted combat feat. Character's ability, character's available combat feats appear in the second icon of the action menu.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have Medpacs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle. To use an item like a Medpac, or to use a feat, skill, or force power, you'll need to know how to use your action menu. First, use the block button to take control of the injured character. Use the directional pad to cycle left or right to the icons of the action menu until you see Medpac in the information box. Notice the flashing up and down arrows on this icon. This means you have more than one available option for this icon. You must choose between a Medpac and an advanced Medpac. Use the directional pad to scroll up or down to switch between your Medpac and your advanced Medpac. Press the A button to use the selected item on the character you currently control.
Okay. Let's do some behind the scenes check here type thing. That's my character there. And 13 out of 15 vitality right now, Soldier 1. Let's see here. That's show feedback. And then that's what he just said. And then you hit the X key again. Here. And right there. And that is cool. Right there. We'll hit the X key. And that'll give us our combat stats. Okay. And let's see here. Did it do Trask's skill check? Nah, I didn't think it would. The object of lock. Warric Bran Dell succeeds to attack on Sith soldier. Hit with 16. Main hand. That's rolled a 15. Base 1. In the surprise, he took a Dex mod -4 type thing to his armor class. So he had 10 armor class base, but then went down to 6. And I did 3 damage type thing. Let's go check on what a blaster rifle is. It is a D8 type thing. And I've got a D20 +1 type thing in that type of sense. So let's go here and here, and that's all the way back up here. Okay. That was a critical hit type thing in that type of sense there. Okay, it said a D20, so I rolled a 15 here. That's a 15. And a base attack bonus of 1 for a total of 16 type thing there. And then with that, I rolled a 3. It was a D8 possible damage type thing in that type of sense. But he rolled a 3 on the rifle. Alright. And so that was the attack. And then that was the damage. And I probably shouldn't have made universal numbers type thing in that type of sense. Let's go ahead and use percentiles. Okay, so that was 16 total from that, and 3 total from the damage type thing in that type of sense. So now, we'll just leave that there type thing that means. And that's attack and damage, 16 total and 3 total. Okay, let's get back to it. And let's see here. That in this game, for threat breakdown, roll 20 versus required 19 to 23. Success with attack of 10 versus 10. Defense breakdown 10. Critical times 2 for 2 energy type thing. Already got a critical in. Threat breakdown, roll 20 versus 19 to 20. Threat failure with attack of 8 versus defense 11. They didn't confirm their critical. Okay, now in that type of thing. Ooh, Warric Bran Dell succeeds with attack on Sith soldier. Hit with 12, defense 6 for damage 8. Attack breakdown, main hand 12, rolled an 11 +1, and rolled the full 8 on energy damage type thing. And let's see, rolled a 9 +1 base type thing, that was 10, and -4 was 6, energy 5, and Trask did damage 1, and really need to focus, and 2 damage, and that is, and you got the other guy type thing. And Warric Bran Dell got 75 experience for defeating the Sith soldier. So that's awesome. And so that's in your, now at the bottom type thing here, it says show dialogue, and then you hit X. It says show feedback, what the character's quoted, and then back to X type thing, show dialogue type thing. But right now in your messages, you're seeing all the attack rolls and things like that type thing, that type of sense. And here, in this form of a feedback, and then now, if you want to go to just more direct dialogue, now you're in more direct dialogue, hit X to go back to the game feedback type thing, and now you're in the roles again type thing, that type of sense. So, that's pretty cool. You got your journal, nothing's really been updated, that's a map, I did not read that. And that's pretty much it. Now we search things type thing here. And I don't think Trask is injured. 2 repair kits, that's unusual. And in that type of thing, that's going to be an explosion in the back type thing, so we're going to look away from that. And there's nothing over there. And in that type of thing, whoops. And another repair kit. Okay. And here we go here. Now I'm going to switch to melee type thing here for this one, just briefly, demonstrate that. And because my strength goes in it, D20 +3, type thing in that type of sense, and my strength goes into the hit here, D20 +3, and this is a D6 sword, type thing here. Physical D6, but it's going to add 2 to this part here, so So 1 plus 2 is 3, and 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 3 to 8 type thing range. So that's the weapon type thing. It's balanced with the 2-weapon fighting. Disregarded by most modern warriors, a good short sword can still serve well in combat if you use your skill. And the blast rifle D8, 28 meters, which is like 100 centimeters divided by 2.54 centimeters per inch type thing. So it's like 50, about 40 inches type thing in a meter type thing, which is 36 inches is in a yard, I think. And that's 3 times 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard type thing. So a meter is about equal to a yard. So it's 28 yards, and then 28 yards is about 3 times 28, 24, like 84 feet or something. I had to get a converter for it, I think, in a type of sense. Probably go to Bing type thing or something like that, and do something in the nature of that. Let's see here, and then that's here, and then let's go there, and then yeah, tip to me, and that's here, and that's Bing, and I think that's here, and then it's like number 2, 8 space M space TO space 2 yards, and then you go there, and equals 30.62 yards type thing in that type of sense. Oh man, probably didn't see that. And there we go. Oh, zoom. Yep, 30.62 yards. And then now we're gonna do 30.62 yards here type thing, and that means to 30 point it's 30.16 yards to feet type thing in that type of sense. Some sites you'll see them say it just in foot type thing and that type of thing, but it's really to feet, and that's 91.86 feet. So 28 meters equals about 90 feet type thing in that type of sense. 5 foot per square. Square goes in the bottom type thing when you divide, and feet, no, 5 feet. Feet's on top to square. Square goes on top, and feet goes to the bottom. So in that type of sense, you're divide, and so does the 5. So 5 feet switches, it inverses type thing, and it flips. So 5 feet's on the bottom, and square's on the top type thing in that type of sense. And so that's 90 feet divided by 5 foot square type thing in that type of thing. And that's 90 divided by 5, and on a near hexagon square board type thing in that type of sense, that should be 18 squares. So it's a range of 18 squares of shooting type thing that means, and I think that's appropriate. Okay, alright, back to the game. Back. So it's +3. Let's bust open this door. I'm not at the bridge door yet type thing. So that's just the 2 guards guy. And alright. Let's see here. Now that's here. And let's go to feedback here. And was in feedback. And here. So that's Trask, that's 2. That's Warric. And now let's see here. Warric Bran Dell, 10, Dex mod 1, 6 soldiers succeeds with attack from Warric Bran Dell, and that's not me. Trask Warric with attack on him. Rolled a 4 plus 2 strength and defense breakdown with 1 mod type thing. Really? Roll 15 base 1 plus strength mod 2 type thing on the attack. So now in that type of sense, for the attack at a D6 type thing in that type of sense, that's I rolled a 15 base 1 and strength mod 2 here. And then for damage is a D6 possible. And I rolled a 4, but I had a 2 strength bonus type thing on damage. So 6 damage, and that's 15 plus 1, that's 16. That was an 18 on the to hit type thing. And that was an 18 versus 11 defense. And he did 4 plus 2, which was 6 damage type thing there. There you go. And that's what the system told us type thing there. That was interacting in the behind the scenes for the character against the soldier, and that's why he fell. And that's a good thing for us. And let's see here. Whoops, went by that too fast. That's where it is. Warric Bran Dell succeeds with attack on stiff soldier. Hit with 18 versus defense 11. For damage 6. Main hand 18 equals roll 15 plus base 1 plus strength mod 2. Defense 11, base 10, dex mod 11. Damage breakdown 6, physical 4 plus strength mod 2. Warric Bran Dell failed the stiff soldier 75 experience. Alright. Your power attack you can do type thing. If you go into your skills feats type thing. Power attack adds plus 5 damage to the next attack in this system, but also a minus 3 to hit. Used to quickly dispatch groups of easy to hit opponents, only applies to melee weapons. It does not apply to your blaster rifle, because that is a ranged weapon type thing there. It should say it, feats required weapons in that, which it doesn't. But it is a ranged weapon. It shoots over a range of 18 squares. And range, says the word range. So that's a ranged weapon of 28 meters, which is 90 feet or 18 squares on a square AD&D or Pathfinder board type thing that means. Okay, now let's go get goodies. And let's see here. 10 credits in a Medpac. In this system, you usually get money, Medpacs for a soldier, and grenades. Yep. Pretty awesome cocktail. Or gin and tonic type thing. Health tonic thing. Yeah. Spritzer water type thing. Perrier type thing. 2 frag grenades, short sword, long sword, combat suit. And you can switch items to it type thing to the chest, but we're not going to. And we're going to take that. And then from there, let's see here. We're going to get dressed type thing. Right there, and then we're going to put on our combat suit. Even the most frugal mercenaries know that they need at least some protection from the rigors of combat, although suits of this type are recommended for light skirmishes only. Defense 4, max dexterity bonus 5. I have no bonus to my dexterity type thing in that type of sense. I don't think, so that was 0. And then in that type of thing, my max dex bonus type thing on that, dexterity type thing was 0 type thing, and the max dexterity that I could bonus I could put in there is 5, and in that means that's dexterity, that's the 10 score, and that's the bonus that I can put into my armor type thing in that type of sense. So from that, that's 0, and so it's going to be 4 plus my base 10 type thing in that type of sense, so it should put me at 14 armor class. And there I go. So now at 14 armor class type thing, I have no other equipment to put on. Oh, I got the longsword type thing. This longsword is the same as a great axe in AD&D type thing, or Pathfinder. It's 1 to 12 type thing. A longsword, I believe, is up to 8. Here's where the roots of the lightsaber began with traditional sword skill, still wielded today in many primitive cultures. They are simple but still effective in the right hands. Critical 20 to times 2 type thing, but it's going to up our damage type thing. And strength is going to go on both sides type thing, that type of sense. So 1 plus 2 for 3, 12 plus 2 to 14. And 3 to 14, and base attack bonus of 1 for first level plus 2 strength modifier. So that's 3 plus a d20, 23 armor class possible. And now I'm 14 defense, I think, right there, I think that means. Okay, let's see here. Trust says
to use an item like a Medpac, or to use a feat, skill, or force power, you'll need to know how to use your action menu. control of the injured character. Use the directional pad to cycle left or right to the icons in the action menu until you see Medpac in the information box. Notice the flashing up and down arrows on this icon. This means you have more than one available option for this icon. You must choose between a Medpac and an advanced Medpac. Use the directional pad to scroll up or down to switch between your Medpac and your advanced Medpac. Press the A button to use the selected item on the character you currently control.
Okay. Now we go here. Quick little trick type thing in this means. Okay. Now from that type thing, rather than fighting those guys on directly, you've got grenades, and in that grenades type thing here, and new items, the repair kits. That's hilarious to me. That's for droids. Use basic tools needed for a droid to repair itself. Frag grenades, piercing 20 points, area effect 4 meters. Usually on an Endire Spire, you don't find that many repair kits. 20 points, area effect 4 meters, range long, save. DC 15 for half damage. Fragmentation grenades are very basic. They explode when thrown, showering the enemy in shrapnel. It's not elegant, but it's definitely effective. Let's go prove that effectiveness. So now from that, we only have 10 credits on ourselves. And now that we've got them in target, you're going to use one of your 3 grenades, and you're going to throw them right at that guy type thing there. And then you're going to use another grenade. And now that's pretty much it there. And there should be another guy there. Let's see here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a blaster rifle to stay out of range there. And alright. And then that pauses the game here. Not this side, but this side pauses the game right there. Unpaused. Whoops. Sorry. Pressing the white button on the old Xbox will pause the game. While paused, you can issue commands to your party members. Press the pearl symbol when you want to unpause the game, and then you can use that to switch to use this side here to switch to Trask, and then get him there, and then he can power blast. Pressing X performs combat actions, unlike A. Pressing X adds the action to a stack of actions. You can press X multiple times to add multiple actions to your stack, or Q. They will be performed in the order you added them to the stack. So then that's there, and then that's there, and then if you want to pull them off, you can hit Y. Y should only be used in combat. Pressing Y will clear the action from your action queue. If you have multiple actions queued up, Y will clear the one that was added to the queue most recently, and it does a lightsaber type thing in that type of sense. To ready it type thing, but that's there type thing in that type of sense. Then you can switch here, and then you can unpause it. That's switch, 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 and then now you're gonna unpause it type thing here. Now, grenade. Okay. Now from that type thing, now you can go get items, and you can see in feedback type thing, that was Trask. Civ Soldier took 20 type thing. Warric Bran Dell took down a Civ Soldier, and let's see, use the frag grenade, and let's see here, just use the frag grenades around those guys rather than taking them on in hand-to-hand combat. Speeds that up. Six credits, and I think Trask is going to say the Medpac thing again. Frag grenade, 6 credits, and let's see here. Go this way, and 7 credits. Medpac and a frag grenade. The trifecta, the triangle, the triple Trinity trio. So I just I'm sorry. The Ian Kroll, the Kroll show type thing. Plah plah plah. So it's credits, triple trio, plah plah plah. That's credits, medpack, and frag grenade, and you just pick that up, and that's pretty much the only thing that the soldier picks up. 59 credits in a medpack. I don't know what that's about type thing. You might want to shove him just to see if he produces money or something. But that's amazing. All right, and take that type thing there. And anybody else? And that's a parts thing. And there we go. And here, I think they set that up in a long range so that they can encourage you to do a
Dark Jedi. This fight is too limits for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
Okay, now it's the same trick again, taking that tip of sense. Okay. And vibration cell and adrenaline strength. That vibration cell will go in your prototype vibroblade. And let's see here. Okay, and I'm writing down these things here type thing, and that means, and grenade tossing, and that's a med pack and a frag grenade, and let's see here, that's another med pack, and not sure if anything's gonna happen over there. You want to be carrying your blaster rifle when you head towards the bridge to get an extra line of comment that isn't available normally type thing. I'm gonna go ahead and use you can have multiple skills, feats, and powers in each icon. They actually on the scroll up or down with the D-pad to cycle through the various options. And 7 med packs. I'm not going to level yet, so I'm going to have to hit myself with it. Okay, now we open the bridge.
The bridge is just beyond that door. You better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster in close quarters. I should equip a melee weapon too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster. Your melee weapon is made using a cortosis weed. It's strong enough to stand up against anything, even a lightsaber.
Alright, so to open that door, I gotta take off here, taking that type of sense, and equip a longsword here, and then I switch over in using this button, whoops, this button, me, Trask. Alright, and then I'm going to switch him out to the short sword, and we're going to be ready to rock. Me, 15 hit points and 14 there. There we go. Boom. Yeah. Let's rock and roll. Trask has more hit points than me, so might as well just use him as the party lead type thing. That's the bridge and the blue screen up the top. That's the bridge, and it'll automatically open. I'm going to use power attack.
Yes! So it's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endire Spire into galactic dust.
Journal. And I level. Alright, level up, taking that type of sense. Skills. I'm going to put one, and you can save them, taking that type of sense too. Except, you have not spent all of your skill points. These will be saved, and you may spend them the next time you gain a level. Do you wish to continue? That is correct. Alright, feet. And in that type of thing, that's, what do we got here? We took toughness, and Let's see. Ooh, big decision. I'll probably take Flurry. And this feat allows the character to make an extra melee attack during the round. Character suffer a -4 to defense while using his feat, and for 3 seconds afterwards, i.e. an enemy's attack, they also suffer a -4 penalty to all attacks that round. Alright, and that's accept. And then accept, Fortitude 7, and 28 hit points. And now I've got 30 hit points, level 2, with Constitution, 1,275 experience. Rock and roll. And a blaster rifle in that corner, a rare anchored treasure type thing, or random game there. And 12 credits and an advanced repair kit. Yes, folks. Today we have discovered on the Endire Spire before hitting TARS an advanced repair kit and 12 credits. Maybe it's because I took the 1 rank in repair, but that's odd. And so it's awesome. It's very awesome. All right, let's go here. That's the bridge, and let's now let him equip himself. That's none. I still think you get these weapons back, I think, that type of sense, but I'm not sure. And he's about to use his own pre-generated weapon, so I'm gonna let Trask not have a weapon type thing, that type of sense. So 6 Medpacs, parts, blaster rifles, advanced repair kit, KOTOR improved assortment of tools and parts needed for a droid to repair itself after being damaged in combat. This kit can't be used by living beings. Advanced kits repair 25 vitality points plus intelligence modifier plus parentheses open parenthetical 2 times user skill and repair close parenthetical, and it's at 36 hit points type thing. And switch myself there. Blaster rifle, frag grenades. We've got a perfect credits of 100 type thing there, type thing in that type of sense. Alright. Alrighty then. And a vibration cell. That's in your prototype vibro blade at the end of this. And hit start. And exit. Okay. Talk to him here.
Bastel is not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastel alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endire Spire into galactic dust.
Okay. And we need to go to our feedback here. Let's see here. Sith soldier. Power attack used. Hit with 15 versus defense 11 for damage 10. And that's roll of 15, base 1, power attack -3, strength mod 2. In the AD&D or Pathfinder can exceed your base type thing there, type thing, that type of sense. Defense breakdown 10 plus 1, 11. Physical 3, strength mod 2 plus bonus damage awarded 5 here. If you had a 2-handed weapon, I think it would do 2 or something like that. But this one's different. It's got like levels of 5, 7, and 10 or something like that. I don't know what the levels are type thing. But that's bonus 5 with the first one type thing, and that means. But the thing you have to worry about is your power attack -3 type thing, that type of sense, in your attack. You might miss and then do no damage whatsoever type thing, that type of thing. And there are some advantages to doing that. Hopefully we'll run into that, like melee on range. You have a -3 type thing, but the melee on range bonus gave you 10, so you ended up with a positive 7 type thing, plus your base, plus the roll type thing, that means. So something to keep in mind when they're holding weapons and that type of thing. Who did the power attack in 1 type thing, that type of sense? Trask did for 12 damage. Oh man. And Trask was the final one, or double somersault thing there. That's cool. I think that's right. And let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Rolled a 5, base 1. Strength mod 2 and missed that time, doing 0 damage. And then missed with -2 versus defense 13. Rolled a 2, base 1, effect bonus -5 at point blank. I think he tried to do some type of attack type thing, that type of sense, and it made that lower type thing. And he was trying to hit Trask, I think with 13 armor class, attack on Trask. So that's amazing.
Something behind here. Damn, another dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
That guy will become the station chief of TARS when we have to go get the TARS codes, and you have the option to respond that you wanted him to be brought to justice for Trask. Trask has brought you the time you need to escape. You should make your way to the starboard section of the ship. Saving game, please don't turn off your Xbox console or Xbox 360, or for those of you who might have different buttons for your Xbox One. When paused, X actions stack to occur in order. A actions are immediate, here underneath the status loading bar type thing, right there.
This is Carthel Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endire Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member of the Endire Spire. No, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Okay. Now this guy type thing, there should be an explosion type thing, but there might not be. Right now, what happened? Let's see here. That's perfect. And then let's see what we got here. Sith Trooper fails to attack on Warric Bran Dell, missed with 3 versus defense 14. He did some effect. Dex mod 4, the explosion did give him a minus modifier. Warric Bran Dell fails to attack on Sith Trooper, flurry used, missed with 4 versus defense 6 for damage 0. Flurry Bran Dell succeeds with attack on Sith Trooper, flurry used, hit with 18 versus defense 6 for damage 6. And that's attack, breakdown, main hand, rolled 18, base 2, flurry minus 4, strength mod 2, 4 and 2 again. And let's see here. That's roll 9, base 2, strength mod 2, to a thing for 13 versus defense 6 for damage 13. And that guy has damage 6. That's a dex mod minus 4 on the Sith soldier for his breakdown, taking that type of sense, because the surprise round from the explosions that were near him type thing. So it's kind of like a thunderstone or the surprise round type thing, like he's flat-footed. And so in that type of thing, he would be armor class 10, but he has to take that minus 4 penalty to it type thing, and it goes to 6 defense. And then you have to use a d20 versus a 6 armor class. So kind of a bonus there type thing. Warric Bran Dell seeks with the attack on Sith Trooper, hit with 13 versus defense 6 for damage 13, physical 11 off that longsword, plus strength mod 2, so it's 13. And succeeds with attack on Sith Trooper, hit with 18 versus defense 6 for damage 13, rolled 14 plus base 2, strength mod 2, and Warwick failed the Sith Trooper, 75 experience. Warric Bran Dell failed the Sith Trooper, 75 experience. And we're out there on YouTube too type thing. Just you can go into YouTube's search box type thing there and just say Warric Bran Dell, or use your Bing reward search type thing. Goes into your Xbox Gold membership type thing during a search. Even though some might like the Google search better type thing, this one has a Starbucks rewards type thing with it, and the Bing reward type thing that it means. And so if you do a search with it, every search that you do that's unique gives you 1 point type thing. 680 points type thing of searching. I don't know how many things you search up, maybe type thing in that type of sense. Will give you a 1 month free of gold membership with Xbox type thing. I'm not sure if it works with the Xbox One type thing in that type of sense. I'm a student, so I do a lot of searches. I probably do about 15 or 30 searches every day or every other day. So a week I do about 210 searches type thing. looking up homework, PDFs, other journals on the internet type thing, that type of means. Plus any other questions like Detroit Tiger News or things like that, the trade, people that they were looking into. I'm like, I don't know who that is. So I make an individual search type thing, or would like to know who that is type thing. Things of that nature. Each one of those are individual searches. All that starts building up towards there. There is a max for it, but it's like double Mondays, things like that. So you'll get it. But that's cool. All right, let's see what we want. And a frag grenade. Now we have 3 of them type thing. We go to the side here away from the action. Nope, that's the main action. And I think that was it. For your stealth ones, you get experience, I think, for stealthing past them type thing, I think on the Scoundrel. And it might be in your footlocker. I believe the base one without +2 is in there. And let's see, a frag grenade.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endire Spire security systems against the Sith.
Okay, that's another treasure chest here. So go ahead and open that. And 5 computer spikes and 7 parts, that's what Karth was talking about. That is a droid on one side and a computer on the other. Hence why we took the skills at the beginning during character creation for that. Now, in that type thing, see, this guy had some stuff on him. He had a frag grenade. And I like saving the computer spikes for a spending type thing on the Endire Spire. Let's go ahead and check our log, feedback log real quick type thing. Let's see here, because we're going forward from here type thing afterwards. Let's see here. That shows a reflex save. Warric Bran Dell damages Sith Soldier. Sith Soldier reflex save. Only 11 plus base -4 for being surprised. And he had a 7 versus DC 15. Warric Bran Dell damages Sith Soldier for 20 damage, physical 20. Warric Bran Dell fails the Sith Soldier, 75 experience. Sith Soldier fails the attack on Warric Bran Dell, missed with -3 on defense 14 for damage 0. Roll 5, base 1, dex mod -4 for the surprise thunderstorm, and effect -5. He had -9 of effect going on within his character for 5 plus 1 is 6 versus -9, that's -3. Defense breakdown 14, base 10, armor 4 for me. I've got 14. Armor class, I think. Warric Bran Dell succeeds with attack on Sith Soldier. Flurry use, hit with 13. Defense 6 for damage 6. Attack breakdown, main hand 13. Roll 13, base 2. Flurry -4. Shrink mod 2. Defense -4 for the surprise, I think that type of sense. And succeeds with attack on Sith Soldier. Flurry use, hit with 16 versus defense 6. Again, armor class 6 for him type thing. Base 10, but -4 from the dexterity type thing here. In that, base 10 plus dex mod -4. And here, in that type of sense, roll 16 plus base 2 now type thing, since we're second level for 18. Flurry use, and that's -4 type thing. 18 -4 is 14. And then shrink mod 2 type thing in that type of sense. Shrink mod goes in there type thing in that type of sense. Once type thing there. And shrink mod 2, and that's attack of 16 versus 6. And then you get past his armor class type thing, and then damage breakdown 11, physical 9 plus strength mod 2 type thing in that type of sense. So that's 2 right there type thing in that type of sense. And strength goes into the damage and attack type thing that means. So you had 2 of them type thing right then and there. And Warric Bran Dell failed Sith Soldier type thing in that type of sense. And sometimes I like to leave trackers or I guess a blocking device type thing of that to let me know type thing, and that it was more than just the last thing that I uttered type thing in that type of sense. It's the whole stack, Lego stack of them, the Lego blocks of them type thing in that type of sense, in conjunction. Alright, so now we know that type thing, and we're going to look at the computer thing. Computer slicing tutorial. Players can slice into computers to try and override, reprogram existing commands. Slice the computer requires computer skills. More complicated programming requires more spikes. Here. Okay. The number of spikes required varies depending on the computer skill of the character slicing the terminal. And I've got computer use of 1, computer spikes 5, and view starboard model type thing. There's the orange guy. He has the prototype vibroblade type thing that means. And you can go back to the camera feed. You can overload the computer type thing and use your spikes. But these spikes type thing in that type of sense, that guy has like orange armor type thing in that type of sense. Like Dune, with like Patrick Stewart and way back type thing. And there's some other guys in there. But those computer spikes on Taurus are worth 100 for selling type thing. So if you want to get a military suit or an energy shield type thing, just, I know you're going to need computer spikes later, but go ahead and sacrifice the computer spikes type thing. And there should be a couple more as soon as you get into the apartment. Should be like 2 more. That's 700 available money type thing in that type of sense. $700 of gold latinum or something, or gil from Final Fantasy in that type of sense to buy equipment as soon as you hit Taurus type thing that means. Alright, now in that type thing, in that type of sense, then you can buy an energy seal, a military suit, all types of stuff. Droid repair tutorial. This droid, or even light battle armor at 275. This droid is damaged and still have little pocket chains to do Largo's missions, or you can sneak them around them, things like that. Or if you bump into anybody else, like buy map for 50 credits type thing. You're like, I don't have any money type thing. Oh wait, I do have a little bit of money left over. Droid repair tutorial type thing, that type of sense. Some droids in the game are disabled or damaged and can be repaired by the player. Fixing a droid in this manner requires repair parts. More complicated repairs require more repair parts. The number of repair parts required varies depending on the repair skill of the character working on the droid. And now in that repair 1, repair parts 8, and I'm going to reactivate the droid. Activate the droid shields 4 repair parts. Had I had a higher repair like a +4, maybe I would have lowered it to 3 repair parts, I think, in that type of sense. So I probably shouldn't have taken demolitions. I didn't need repair, but I'm going to go ahead and do so. Activate droid shields, that's 4. And then engage droids in patrol mode, that's 4 repair parts there. Success, patrol mode engage. Once you end this session, the droid will begin patrol and destroy any enemies it encounters. And you leave it alone. The parts sell for like 80 on the planet, or 40s, and so it's better to sell the computer spikes. And it's going to carry out my instructions, and got 130 experience for that. And now that it is that thing, we gave it a better target system and a better yeah, combat droid uses energy shield level 1. And it failed them in that type of sense. There's a thing there, frag grenade, and what we got here? Frag grenade, and what we got here? Anybody else? And frag grenade, journal string, and anybody else there? And let's go get the orange dude then. The droid is actively engaged in patrol route. You cannot reprogram it anymore. And his visor looks like a stormtrooper's visor type thing, and shape. Alright, and now the orange dude. The orange dude, ion blaster, and which is good versus droids, and energy shields, and a prototype vibroblade. Alright, perfect. That's the blade that we're talking about. You want to make sure to equip that type thing, because that blade is upgradable type thing, that means, and it does attack and damage upgrades. Damage bonus +1 physical, 19 to 20 times 2 critical, balance, upgradable melee, very adaptable model of vibroblade made for the user on a budget that will be purchasing upgrades as resources or finances become available. And damage D10, 1 or to 10 type of sense, with +1, so 11 plus strength, that's 13. So 4 to 13, D20 +4, right off the bat. That means you put a piece in it, type thing, like the vibration cell, which goes with it. Alright, let's go ahead and draw a weapon here, type thing that means. And in that type thing, now we're ready for that. Let's go see Karth and get on out of here. I think that's everybody. No, wait, missed a belt. Oh man. And 6 credits. And credits, I think, we're up to 106 right now, type of sense. All new items, 2 adrenal strengths, +4 to strength, 5, say those for the battle arena versus Bendak and other people, 5 computer spikes, 6 frag grenades, and an ion blaster, D 4 damage ion, type thing, that type of sense. First line, damage ion 4. Second line, ion D10 versus droid, type thing, that type of sense. Alright. And a range of 17 meters, type thing that means. So that's probably about 51. Ooh. That's probably, I have to see the conversion again, type thing that means. That might be like 5. That might be 85 feet or 17 squares. Alright, here we go. Yep, that was 6 credits. We're gonna leave it behind.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm the soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endire Spire. Basila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
And 250 experience received. And you can look at the other escape pods, but I don't think there's anything over there from that. And let's see here. And that is literally the last one in housing, type thing, that type of thing. There you go. This is the last escape pod, and your only hope of survival. Use the escape pod or step away from the escape pod.